welcome back. So let's get ready to flow. If you have a resistance band and a yoga block, you can put them just on the top corner of your mat, and then we'll use them later. If you'd like to play music, playlist 10 is linked down in the video description. I'm going to start mine now. And then let's begin the class lying down on our back, knees bent, soles of the feet on the floor, arms relaxed alongside the body. We'll start the class with the eyes closed and just a moment to be still. As you arrive into stillness, use this time to become aware of your body. Become aware of the contact of the back of the head and shoulders with the ground. The arms, the back of your pelvis and feet. I know that there are going to be so many opportunities to move and challenge the body in our practice today. For now, enjoy this last few moments of stillness where you don't have anything else to do. You can let the body be held and supported by the ground. We start here and we also end here. So whenever things become challenging, maybe at some points in the practice, just remind yourself that there will be a chance to come back to this moment of stillness at the end of the practice, to allow the body to rest and to take in all the work that we'll do together. Our focus for today's class is shoulders. We're going to work them in active ranges of movement. We're going to also work them in a little bit of more passive ranges of movement, more traditional ways towards the end of the class. We're going to strengthen them and work their mobility. So give yourself another couple of moments here to stay and start to connect to your breath. Beginning to consciously breathe in through the nostrils and breathe out of the nostrils. Let the breaths be long and deep. And we'll take two more. At the end of your next exhalation, allow the eyes to open. And gently bring your knees into the chest, give them a hug and a little rock side to side. Slide the hands behind the knees and rock up and down the spine a few times. With the next one, we'll come up into a seated position and sit in a way that's comfortable for you. Now, if you have a resistance band, take it just in front of you and then we might use it in a moment. But for now, settle into your seated position. Sit up with a tall spine, with the shoulders down, relaxed, away from the ears. On your next inhale, circle the arms up, palms face forwards, and then bend the elbows at 90 degrees. Bring the awareness down to the bottom tip of your rib cage. Pull it down a little bit. To pull it down, you need to engage the front of your core, your abdominal muscles. Keep that strong. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, expand your chest. Maybe look up if that feels okay on your neck. Exhale, round your upper back a little bit. Palms face you, elbows touch. Nice and simple, a couple of more times. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, cactus the arms. Open the chest. Exhale, palms face you, elbows together. Slight round of the upper back. One more time, squeezing shoulder blades together. And then rounding and moving the shoulder blades away from each other. We're going to add a couple of more things here. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open up your chest, look up. Exhale, palms face you, and then press the elbows together. Notice that you want the elbows as high as your shoulders, more or less, so you don't want them to be too low. Bring them up maybe a little bit, and then start to separate your pinky fingers, your inner wrists, away from each other. So you have a little gap between the arms, but your elbows are still touching. If this is not accessible to you, don't worry about it. You keep your hands together like we were at the start of the pose here, And then you just think of bringing the pinky fingers apart. And maybe they don't move much, and that's no problem. But don't let your elbows drop. We'll do it one more time. Cactus the arms, open the chest, inhale. Forearms together, palms face you. Elbows lift just slightly. Neck is soft and relaxed as much as possible. Maybe now bring the inner wrists, inner pinky fingers away from each other. You might start to feel your shoulders working, and I definitely am feeling my shoulders working. Also because I've done this a million times already today. Take another breath in. And then release down. Roll the shoulders, free them up. Good. So working into a couple of more movements so that then they make sense when we start to flow. So reach your right arm in front of you. Make a fist with it. Right hand into a fist. Push your fist a little bit forwards so that you feel your right shoulder blade sliding a little bit out and moving forwards. And then lift your right arm overhead. Keep the right hand into a fist. Drop the fist to your upper back. Elbow points up to the ceiling. Fist to the back of your neck or upper back. Now make a fist with the other hand. Send it forwards first. And then now move it back behind you. Keep your arm close to you. And then turn so that your palm and your wrist, your inner wrist, is facing back. Take the other fist up into the middle of your back. I'm going to turn around so that you can see where my arms are. Hopefully it makes sense. So I'm in this position with my arms. I don't want my hands to touch. I mean, if you are super mega flexible in your shoulders, your hands might be touching. Maybe your knuckles are touching, but most likely they're not. So we're not trying to get them to touch. And even if they touch, we're maintaining the fists. One elbow points to the sky, the other elbow points to the floor. Our spine is long, our neck is long, so we're not rounding forwards. We're lifting the top of the head up and pressing the back of the head slightly back. Now give yourself another breath in. Exhale, release. Relax the shoulders. See if you need a moment to free them up. And then same thing, second side. Left arm forwards. Make a fist. Push the fist a little bit forwards. Lift it up. Take it to your upper back. Second arm into a fist. Keep it close to your side body. Take it back behind you. As you move the arm back, you will feel your triceps working. And then turn so that your right fist is facing towards the back. And then both fists behind your back. Belly button in, bottom ribs in. Spine nice and long, we hold it here. So actively working through our cow face pose, Gomukhasana, which traditionally we do holding onto the hands or holding onto a strap or our clothes. And we will do it that way at the end of the practice. But for the beginning part of our class, we want you to work your shoulders more actively today. So give yourself just one more breath. Exhale and release. Relax your shoulders, free them up. And then if you do have a resistance band, make sure it's close to you. We'll all start without it, but then if you want to try with the resistance band, it can add a little bit more spice to the movement. So if you're sitting with the legs crossed, uncross and recross. And then take your elbows really close to the sides of your ribs, your palms face up. Imagine you have a tray and you're holding onto it. So your palms face up, definitely not down. Good. And then from here, keeping the elbows close to the sides of your ribs, your spine long, start to bring your shoulder blades a little bit together, a little bit closer together. And then keep your shoulders down, your shoulder blades squeezing together, and start to move your hands, move your thumbs away from center. Bring it back into center, so your hands are in line with your elbows, right in front of them if you look down. And then again, move the hands away, thumbs move apart. One more time, coming back to center. And move them apart. Now, if this doesn't feel like much, you might be up for working with the resistance band. But before we do that, let's just imagine that we have a resistance band. So even if you don't have it, you can still do that imaginary resistance thing. So, same position, shoulder blades drawing together, shoulders back and down. And then imagine that you have resistance between your thumbs and you're kind of holding onto a resistance band with your hands. And then you're pulling it apart. And even if you just imagine that resistance, you're going to feel that now the back of your shoulders are working so much more. Hold it there. Imagine that you're still pulling a resistance band. And then as you come back in, you're not letting the resistance band go all floppy, but you're controlling your way in. Okay, either you do it a couple of more times like this, or you actually hold on to a resistance band. So if you are, I'm holding on to it like this, my palms are facing up, my elbows are tapped into the sides of my ribs, squeezing shoulder blades together, shoulders move down, and then I start to pull the resistance band. I hold it into tension, I hold it stretched out, and then slowly I'm going to let go of that tension, but I'm not releasing it fully, I'm keeping it taut, so it's not floppy. Let's do it a couple of more times. Stretch it out, and bring it back. If you're working without it, just imagine you have it in your hands, imagine that you're pulling it, and it's providing you a little bit more work. Back to center, let go of the band, shift forwards into tabletop position. We're going to use it again later. This was just so that you understand the different movements that we'll put into our practice today. A few moments here warming up our spine. Cow pose, shoulder blades drawn together. Cat pose, shoulder blades slide apart. Do a few in your own time, moving the entire length of your spine. One last one. When you're ready, come back into a neutral spine and drop both forearms on the floor. So we'll work with the forearms on the floor a number of times today. For now, very simple. Just want you to keep your left hand exactly as it is. Fingers spreading, pressing down with the left hand. Take your right hand to the left corner of the mat, spreading your right fingers as well. Press down with the finger pads and imagine that you're pulling back with your fingers, dragging the mat back towards the shoulder. You can let the head drop and rest onto your left forearm. Now as you hold it here, your right fingers are pressing down. They're gripping the floor or gripping the mat and pulling it back. And then think now of moving your right sitting bone a little bit back. That gives you more space to lengthen the right side of the body. Staying here, 2 deep breaths. For 1. All the way back to center, forearms down. Take your left hand to the right corner of the mat. Press with your left fingertips, pull back. Find a comfortable place for your head to rest on, and then maybe move your left sitting bone, left hip, a little bit back and away from the shoulder to give you more space, more length. Holding here, keep pressing down with your left fingers and pulling back a little bit. Holding it, 1 more breath. And then bring yourself back into forearms, up into downward facing dog. As you arrive into downward dog, you choose if you want to be still or if you want to add some movement. If the back of your legs are feeling tight, I recommend adding a little bit of movement. This also helps us warming up our feet, keeping our toes mobile, warming up our hamstrings and calf muscles. And maybe this movement also gives your spine, your back, a chance to lengthen a little bit more. We're holding it for another breath in. Another breath out. If you are moving, settle into stillness, and from here, shift forwards into plank. Push the hands into the floor, draw the belly button in and up, and squeeze your inner legs. From plank, pike your hips, downward facing dog. We'll do it 1 more time. Forwards plank, inhale. Up and back, down dog, exhale. Adding a vinyasa, forwards plank, inhale. Knees down, slowly with control, lower all the way down. Take your arms back behind you, palms touch the floor. Forehead on the mat, we have the feet about hip distance apart. Now check that your palms are touching down, they're not facing up. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift everything you can lift off the ground, squeezing your glutes. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And check that you're not looking forwards, but you're looking down. So your neck is a continuous line with the spine. Hold it there. See if you can hold it for another breath in. As you breathe out, release. Hands under shoulders. Lift into cobra. Shoulders back and down. Downward facing. Exhale. Holding a downward facing breath in. Complete breath out. Good. We'll work with one more vinyasa today during class. So I just want to show you that as well. Forwards into plank, inhale. Drop the knees, lower all the way down. And then shift the forearms forward so your elbows are a little bit in front of you. Now we'll do this in a couple of different ways. But for now, start with the forearms parallel to each other. Your palms facing down. Your fingers are spreading. And then adding a little bit more of a back bend by pressing the fingers down and pulling the fingers back towards you. It's going to allow you to open up your chest a little bit more. The collarbones are broad. The top of the head lifts gently towards the ceiling. And we're looking forwards. We're holding it for another breath in. Another breath out. And then from here, we'll move into forearm plank. So take an inhale, prepare. Exhale, start to lift your abdomen, your pelvis and thighs. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, forearm plank. Draw the belly button in and up, the front ribs in and up. And see if you can be even longer between the heels and the top of your head. One more breath as you are. Exhale, drop the knees, drop the thighs, pelvis and the belly. Sphinx pose, pull back with your fingers, open up your chest. Exhale, release, hands under shoulders. As you lift into cobra, shoulders back and down, up and back, downward facing dog. Holding a down dog, take a full inhale, a complete exhale. One more full inhale, complete exhale. Walk the hands all the way back to your feet. Lift and lengthen into Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold Uttanasana. Reach the arms forwards and up. Lift the fingers to the sky, look up. Exhale, Tadasana. Couple of half sun salutes. Inhale, arms forwards and up. Exhale, fold and empty the lungs. Lift and lengthen, back muscles active. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms forwards and up. We lift to standing. Exhale, Tadasana. One more. Arms forwards and up. Inhale. Fold forwards and down. Exhale. Lift and lengthen. Put some tone into your back muscles. Exhale and fold. As you inhale, lift to standing. Firm the glutes at the top. Exhale, hands together in prayer. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathe out and fold forwards. Spine lifts and lengthens. Walking forwards, downward facing dog. Hold your downward dog. Feel how both hands are firmly grounded into the floor. Both feet firmly grounded into the floor. We'll work on challenging our balance here in downward dog, taking first one foot away, and then later in the practice we'll also practice taking also one hand away. So it will all come with time. For now, simply lift your right leg up. Try and keep both hands firmly connected to the floor, pushing the floor away. And then look forward, step your right foot between the hands, drop your left knee down. Lift into a low lunge, arms overhead. Exhale, cactus the elbows. Belly button in, left side glutes squeezing. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. Maybe open up your chest and look up. Exhale, palms face you, slightly rounding into your upper back. Now separate your inner forearms away from each other and see if you can maintain the elbows high. So they're not going down, but they're about as high as the shoulders. Our neck is soft, we can wiggle it around, just soften it a little bit. Hold it for another breath in. Exhale, release, hands down, downward facing dog. Hold your down dog, inhale. Complete exhale. Forwards for plank, inhale. Down to the floor for locust. Reach your palms to face down and back. A breath in. Exhale, lift everything you can lift. Feel the power in your back body, the length between the toes and the top of the head. Exhale, release, hands under shoulders. As you lift into cobra, shoulders back and down, downward facing. Exhale. Hold it there, take a breath in. Complete breath out. Press with both hands down. Lift your left leg up, 3-leg downward facing dog. Look forward, step the left foot between the hands, right knee to the mat. Low lunge, inhaling. Same thing, elbows bend, exhaling. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, elbows a little bit closer together. Exhale, forearms touch, palms face you. And then really press with both feet into the ground. Lift the elbows maybe slightly, and then either stay here if this is enough, or take your inner forearms away from each other. So your thumbs move away from each other. Another breath here. Release the hands, step it back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, come forwards, plank pose. Exhale, lower down to the ground. And this time lift into a simple cobra or upward facing dog if that's something that works for you. So you're lifting your knees, you're lifting your pelvis, you're squeezing your glutes to support your back bend. Up and back, downward facing dog. Holding your down dog, take a full inhale. Complete exhale. Walk the hands all the way back towards your feet. Lift and lengthen, inhale. Fold forwards, exhale. Up to standing, inhale. Mountain pose, exhale. Breathe in, arms reach to the sky. Breathe out, fold forwards and down. Lift and lengthen, inhale. Walk forwards, downward facing dog, and hold. As you hold your down dog, again become aware of the contact of your hands and feet with the floor. Push the floor away and see if there is room for you to lift your sitting bones higher. You might need to bend your knees, and then you can maybe feel that you can have more space to lift your sitting bones. Belly button in, especially if your back is quite flexible and it moves easily. You want to keep your belly drawn in to support it. And then right leg to the sky, inhale. Right foot forwards, press the feet down, come up into a high lunge. Nice, so from here, just like we did earlier seated, make fists with your hands. Take your left fist forwards, take your right fist down and back. Both hands into fists, and then we're going to take the right fist behind your back, lift the left fist and take it to the upper back. Belly button in. We want to make sure that we're not flaring our ribs and arching our lower back, but we're drawing the belly in, pulling the front of the abdomen towards the back of the spine. One more breath here, active through the shoulders. On your next exhale, release the arms. Bring the hands to the floor, step back, down dog. First vinyasa will be with locust. Second vinyasa will be with forearm plank. Take a breath in. Complete breath out. First vinyasa, forwards into plank. Exhale, lower all the way for locust. Palms face down, fingers reach back. Exhale, lift. Hold your lift, belly button pulls towards the spine. Inhale, to the floor, exhale. Lift into cobra, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Holding it here, a full breath in. A complete breath out. Left leg to the sky, inhale. Left foot steps forwards, high lunge. Pushing down through the feet, arms lift. Make fists with the hands, take your right fist forwards, hold it. Take your left fist down and behind you. Hold it here, take a breath in. And then your left fist behind your back. Your right fist goes up above the head and to the back of your neck or upper back. We don't want the hands to touch. We're pulling the belly in and working actively through the range of our shoulders. Now here you want to check that you're not rounding forwards with your neck. So push back with the back of the head and lift up through the top of your skull. Take another inhale. Exhale, release, hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Holding your down dog, a breath in. Complete breath out. Forwards into plank, inhale. Lower to the ground for forearm plank. So shift your forearms forwards. This time, we're going to interlace the fingers. So if you look at your hands and elbows, they make a triangle. Press down with your forearms, send your chest forwards, Sphinx first. And then start to roll your belly, pelvis and thighs off the mat. Tuck the toes and lift into forearm plank. Front ribs in, forearms pushing down actively. You feel the shoulder blades moving away from each other. Drop your knees, drop your thighs, pelvis and belly, inhale. Lift again into forearm plank, exhale. Holding it there, be long. Long from the top of your skull to the heels. Drop the knees, slowly drop the thighs, the pelvis, the belly, Sphinx, inhale. We'll do it one more time, exhale, forearm plank. Feel that slight rounding of your upper back. Knees come down, slowly roll down, stopping to Sphinx, inhale. Release to the floor, hands under shoulders, cobra or upward dog, downward dog, exhale. Holding your downward dog, stop here. Start to now make your downward dog a little bit shorter. So your feet are coming a little bit further forward. This is going to give you more stability. So feel both hands pressing into the floor. And then lift your right foot, right leg up into a 3-leg downward facing dog. You want your right leg to be so strong. Like I always say this, but imagine somebody's trying to lower your right leg and you're so strong, you're keeping it up anyway. And then look at your hands. See if it's possible for you to come up on fingertips on your left hand. So your palm is cupped, your fingertips are on the ground, but your palm is not. And then look back towards your right foot and see if this is enough. If it is, great. If not, start to walk your left hand a little bit towards the center of the mat, walking towards the left foot. Maybe you stop halfway. Maybe you take the left hand all the way to touch the left shin, maintaining the right leg really high to the sky and your pelvis level. One more breath here, right shoulder working super strongly. Both hands down, both feet down, child's pose, rest. We're not resting for long, but enjoy it while you can. Take another long inhale. Exhale. Press into the floor, lift the hips. Same thing, other side. Walk your down dog a little bit shorter. Lift your left leg up. Left foot really strong and active. Up onto fingertips on your right hand. Maybe this is enough to challenge you today, and that's great, you stay. Otherwise, right hand walks back. Maybe halfway between the front of the mat and your back foot. Maybe it goes all the way to touch your right shin. Focus that also that left leg is staying high. It's not lowering. Your left hand, left shoulder are super strong. There is no sense of sinking at any time. Both hands down, both knees down, child's pose. Rest, 2 breaths. Prepare your way up into downward facing dog. And from here, lift your right leg up, 3-leg down dog. This time, roll the right hip open, bend the knee, twist the hips. Take another breath as you are. And then look forward, step your right foot between the hands. Come up into a high lunge, inhale. From here, we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back. Take the shoulder blades together and squeeze them, moving the hands away from the lower back. Belly button pulls in. We stay. We open up the front of the shoulders, the front of the chest. We strengthen the back of the shoulders and our back muscles. This is super good to take us away from the position of our shoulders being rounded forwards, which we do so often in life. Take another inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Breathe in, forwards plank. Breathe out, either cobra or upward dog. Take your vinyasa. We meet in down dog, no rush. So working the same thing on the other side. Lift your left leg up. Step your left foot forward. Actually, no, first roll the left hip open. Bend the top knee. And then now from here, step your left foot forwards. Press down through the feet, high lunge, inhaling. Interlace behind your back, exhaling. Hands move away, chest opens. And we're still maintaining that activation of the front of our abdomen, pulling it in, pulling it back. One last in. And then on your next inhale, reach the arms up, step it back, downward facing dog, exhale. Lovely, hold your down dog, just one breath in, one breath out. This time Vinyasa with forearm plank, inhale. Plank pose, exhale to the ground, Sphinx. Interlace your fingers, elbows as wide as the shoulders. Inhale, open up your chest. Exhale, up into forearm plank, hold it. Feel your forearms pressing down, your outer wrists pressing down, and then start to pike your hips. Walk your feet in for your first dolphin. Relax your head and be mindful that your head is not on the floor. So I'm not collapsing through my shoulders. I'm pushing with my forearms away from, I'm pushing into the ground. I'm lifting my shoulders away from the ground. I'm holding it here if I can, another 2 breaths, or I'm taking a child's pose whenever I need it. Wherever you are, push through the forearms, don't sink. Head is not on the ground, make sure that that's not the case. Good, and then walk your feet back. Forearm plank, inhale. Drop the knees, thighs, pelvis and belly, inhale, Sphinx. Exhale to the ground and lift yourself up, downward facing dog. So this time from your downward facing dog, step your feet a little bit closer again. Lift your left leg up first. Come up on fingertips on your right hand. You have the option to stay as you are, or you can go to the right shin. Hold it there, take another breath in. If the right shin is easy for you, then take your right hand and right arm in line with the side of the body. You're reaching your fingers back like your left foot is reaching back. Take another inhale, and then look forwards, both hands down, step your left foot forwards. Take the resistance band if you have it. Turn and ground your right foot, coming up into warrior 2 legs. See if you need to adjust your feet. If you have the resistance band, you do it with. If you don't have it, you do the same thing with that. Just like we did when we were seated at the start of the practice. Elbows in, palms face up. Spine is neutral, but it's just slightly lifted. So top of the head up. Deep bend into your front knee, palms face the sky, inhale. Pull the strap, pull the resistance band, or imagine you have one, and take your hands away from each other. Bring it back to center. We'll do it 4 more times. Thumbs move away from center. Elbows stay connected to the sides of your body. When we stretch the strap, we hold it for a moment. When we come in, remember we don't let go of 100% of the tension. We keep the strap taut. This is going to be your last one. And then release it. Let go of the strap. Warrior 2 for a moment. Palms face up. Look at your left middle finger. Hold it. Reach out through the 2 middle fingers away from the shoulders. Another breath here. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Holding a down dog. Take a breath in. A complete breath out. Make your down dog a little shorter. Lift your right leg up. 3-leg down dog. Maybe left fingertips lift and they walk back towards the shin. You know your options. You do what works for you. Maybe your left arm goes in line with the side of the body and your left fingers reach back like your right toes are doing. Whatever you're doing, your right hand is pushing down. There should be no sinking sensation in your right shoulder, but a sense of actively pressing the floor away. If you can't maintain that, then you need to put your left hand back on the floor. Both hands down, look forwards, step your right foot in. Turn and ground your left foot, pick up your resistance band if you have one. Just like we did on the other side, same thing. Elbows in, your hands are just as wide as your elbows. But palms of the hands face up. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, pull the strap. Thumbs move away from center. Bring them back in, hands just as wide as your elbows. Keep this, the tension into the resistance band. And it really, really works, if you don't have one, to imagine you do have one. We're going for 5. I'm at 3, so keep going. Try not to rush the movement. Hold it a little bit. One last one. Hold it as you stretch the band. And then gently bring it back. Let go of the resistance band. Arms out, warrior 2. Palms face the sky. Right middle finger is your gaze point. You're maintaining the awareness into the whole body, especially into the grounding of both feet. Next time you exhale, release the hands. Step it back, downward facing dog. Take a full inhale for down dog. Exhale, drop the knees to the mat. Now, we'll work again with that same movement. We're going to use the band if you have it, not use it if you don't have it. So, onto hands and knees. Same thing, palms face up. Elbows are going to stay on the ground. They're about underneath the shoulders or maybe a little bit in front. I don't want to let my back arch like this. I want to keep my belly pulled in. My shoulder blades are still sliding away from each other, and I lift my hands. Now, if possible, with the resistance band, you're going to stretch it. You're not really going to move that much, so don't worry about how much you go. And then gently bring it back, keeping the tension in the band the whole time. We'll go for forearm. Back of the shoulders really working. Your external rotators for the shoulders, super, super active. So if you are someone who has been to my inversion workshops and you know your practice for Pincha Mayurasana, forearm balance, you might want to actually integrate this into your practice today. So while we do a couple of other things, you might want to take it to the wall, or if you don't need the wall, you don't need it, and practice your forearm balance in a second. I'll tell you when it's time. For now, let go of the strap. Bring your forearms down, take a seat onto your heels. Just feel the sensations around your shoulders. That worked a lot. There's going to be another 2 or 3 poses that we do where we require that shoulder strength. So know that there is going to be an end. We're going to leave the shoulders alone in a moment, but for now, we're working them really actively. So lift yourself back up. So we'll take a dolphin pose, and then, yes, let's start with a dolphin pose. So those of you who feel comfortable kicking up into forearm balance, you might want to give it a go this round already. So let's do first dolphin that we do. Interlace the fingers. Elbows about as wide as your shoulders. Don't let your elbows go really wide, especially if you're kicking up into forearm balance. Be safe, use a wall if you need it. Lift your hips. Look back through your feet. And then walk your feet as close to you as you can. Those of you who are lifting one leg to kick up, make sure that you are going to stay safe. Push down with your forearms, push down with your outer wrists. Feel that the shoulders are really strong and powerful. And if you are not quite ready to lift, but you want to lift one leg and do a one-leg dolphin, then great, do that. You hold it a couple of breaths on one side, a couple of breaths on the other side. And that's really good preparation. But remember, your head is not on the ground. That's a different thing. It's not wrong, it's just different. Both feet down, child's pose, and rest. Take your hands back to your heels, relax the shoulders. 2 or 3 slow, deep breaths. So while you rest, I'm going to tell you something. So one of my favorite ways of preparing my shoulders for forearm balance, Pincha Mayurasana, is to work with the external rotations that we did with that elastic band. And also I love working with a block. So this is where if you have a block, you can use it. If you don't, there isn't really, like, a book is not going to work. But actually, before we do it with the block, let's do it without it, because it's still going to make your shoulders really, really actively work really actively. So belly in, forearms parallel to each other, palms face down. And then from here, you're going to slowly peel your forearms away from the mat, pushing into the hands. Your arms are straight, and then really slowly As if you were doing this in slow motion, you bring your forearms down, your elbows down. We'll go for 4 from now. Try and go really slowly. And now, as you do another 3, imagine that you have a block between your elbows. And imagine that as you go up and down, your elbows don't go out to the sides, but they squeeze in towards center because they're keeping the block in position. I think we only have 1 more, so let's just do 1 more. And then those of you who don't have a block or feel like this is already plenty of work, you do this 5 more times. Otherwise, with the block, you place it right between the elbows. You want to squeeze it, belly in, hands press down, elbows squeeze so much that you can lift the block. Keep it in position. Super slowly lower it down. This is tough. Gonna go for another 4. Slow, slow, slow. If you lose the block, you lose the block. That's not a big deal. You're just going to come back in and do 3 more. Slowly. For 2. You're going to feel it tomorrow. It's okay. It's going to pass in a couple of days, I promise. But if you are looking to build more strength, especially if you're looking to go upside down in your inversion and you're preparing for that, or if you know that you need to work more shoulder strength, then this is great work to do regularly. Stop for a moment. Doing it once is not really going to help you build that strength. You need to come back to it. You need to do these exercises regularly. So, one thing that you could do, if you are someone who finds this pretty easy, you can try and do it from dolphin to down dog. So, if you want to do it with me, do it. Otherwise, just sit and watch. Forearms on the ground. We do it without the block first. You're in dolphin, but you're not walking really close. You're kind of keeping it a little bit longer. You're looking between your hands, or between your forearms for now. Press down with your fingers, lift your elbows at the same time, and then really slowly bring your elbows down. My shoulders are going to be so sore tomorrow. 1 more time, just 1 because I can't do anymore. Lift your forearms, and then slowly drop them down. If this was easy, you take the block. You place it between your elbows. You do it twice more. Dolphin. You want to have your head in a position where it's not going to be in your way as you lift the block. So maybe, I think looking forwards is best. Squeeze the block. Really slowly lower it down. This burns for real. 1 more time. And slowly down. Okay. Now, you could work on doing 5, you could work on doing 10. On good days I do 10, but I've already taught this class today and I prepared for it before, so I'm done. So, now we'll do a couple of shoulder stretches and then we'll rest. So, on your hands and knees. Take your right leg on top of your left leg, so right knee crosses over and on top of your left. Both feet go out to the side edges of your mat. You sit between your heels. If you want, you take your feet a little bit further out. Now remember, we've done active cow face pose a number of times. We're going to do it the traditional way. That's a little bit more passive. So ribs in and down. We're going to lift the left arm up, left hand to your upper back. This time no fist. The hand is open. Right hand behind you, right hand goes and maybe catches the left hand. If that doesn't happen and you have your resistance band, hold on to the band in both hands and use it as an extension of your fingers. If not, you can hold on to clothes with both hands and be in that same position, just holding on to the clothes. One way our body is super smart and borrows a little bit of flexibility is by doing this. So your back arches, you pop your ribs forward and you feel like you have more space. Now that's a little bit cheating, so you want to draw your ribs in, lengthen the spine. We are here for 5 more breaths. Close your eyes. We start to slow things down now. Your shoulders have worked so much today. Take a moment to appreciate them. Just one last inhalation. Exhale, release the arms, open the eyes. Simple switch onto your hands and knees. Left leg on top. Same pose, second side. Right arm goes up, right hand to your upper back. Left hand behind you. Maybe on this side it's easier, maybe it's harder. For me, it's a lot easier on this side, but it's different for all of us. Once you're settled, eyes closed. Try and remember everything we said on the other side, especially that thing about the rib cage. Tell your body to pull in. Next time you exhale, release. Take a moment to roll the shoulders, show them some love. And then uncross your legs. Extend the legs forwards. In fact, shuffle forwards if you need to. And then come all the way down onto your back. Knees bend, soles of the feet on the ground. We'll work with one back bend. Your shoulders are super mega ready if you want to go up into Urdhva Dhanurasana, and that's easy for you. It's a good day for you to go up. Otherwise, feet down, bridge pose, pushing the floor away, lifting the hips. Now, if you are in bridge with me, you're going to bring your shoulder blades closer together, squeeze them, interlace the fingers, stretch your knuckles towards your heels. If you need a little bit of a bend into the elbows, that's fine. But find that sense of opening up the front of your shoulders and chest. You're maintaining your chin tucked in towards the center of your body. We're here for 3 more breaths. Nice and easy. Breathing through the nostrils and out of the nostrils. We allow the breath to slow down, the heart rate to slow down. If you are in bridge, let go of the interlace. Move your shoulder blades away from each other and slowly roll the spine down. Separate your feet wider at the edges of the mat maybe. Knees are still bent. For now, the knees point up to the ceiling. We're going to now drop both kneecaps to the right. Kneecaps point up to the ceiling again, and then they drop to the left. Back to center, one more time to the right. One more time to the left. Come back to center. Roll over onto your right side. And take your knees, stack them, one on top of the other. Your right arm out, so the hand is on the level of the shoulder. If you want a block to prop your head up, you can. Hands one on top of the other. Circle the left arm up, back behind you, and all the way over to the left. You can turn the head to your left shoulder. Feel how good it feels to finally not having to work your shoulder strength. Just have a chance to stretch the front of your chest, to twist your spine, and to be held up by the ground. Take your left arm, circle it all the way back to come and touch your right hand. Switch over, second side, over onto your left side. Knees stacked, arms stacked. Right arm, circle it back, all the way up, back behind you, and over to your right side. Beautiful, just a couple of more breaths here. Begin to come back. Right arm circles up, back, and over to your left hand. Turn on to your back. See if you need a moment with your knees into the chest, rocking them side to side, massaging them back. And then extend the whole body on the mat. Reach the arms up, your feet forwards, and stretch the whole body. Once you're ready to let that go, Arms alongside the body, palms face the sky, feet drop out to the sides. Shavasana. You made it to the end. Well done. Like we started the class, we're taking a few moments, a bit longer now compared to the start of the class, to rest. This is very important to rebalance things out. We worked actively. We stimulated our nervous system, our sympathetic nervous system. And we want to bring the nervous system in balance by ending with a slower finish to our class, by settling into relaxation and stimulate the other branch of our nervous system, parasympathetic side. Let your body be heavy and grounded. Let your eyes soften. Let your lips part and your jaw soften. Notice how the body can be heavy and releasing to the floor. Imagine that each time you exhale, it's an opportunity to release any residual effort, any last bit of tension, and find softness. Let your mind know that for the next couple of minutes, there isn't anything that you have to do. You are going to allow your body to be still and relaxed. And then notice how your mind responds to the request. It might be very happy about it. It might feel like it's a great news and you're going to make the most out of it. But for some people, and not just for some people, but for some of us sometimes, and it can happen to all of us, you find that it's actually the hardest thing to let go and rest. So however your mind is responding to the ask of being still for a little bit longer, be a witness of your mind. Notice it. And know that you can decide to stay and rest anyway, regardless of what your mind is telling you. You are giving yourself permission to be still for just a little longer. Now start to gently deepen your inhales. Lengthen the exhales. And then wiggle your fingers, your toes, circle your wrists, your ankles. So if you'd like to reach the arms overhead and take a full body stretch, or take any other movement that feels right for you in this moment. We're eventually rolling over onto one side. Using the hands, we come up into a comfortable seated position. We settle with the spine tall, the hands together in prayer, and if possible, the eyes still closed. Let's take a full inhale, stretch the prayer up to the sky. And with the exhale, we bow to the earth. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here and taking this class with me today.